Live in five. Hulk smash. It's nosebleed football, man. Look, it's Chuck.
And it's Coach K.
Look, dog, we talking about Cincinnati Bengals and shemar Stewart, bro, today. This is crazy out here, bro. They doing that boy wrong, in my opinion, and Chuck opinion from the nosebleed, man. Pay that man. Why they got the funny language, funny money language in his contract? I don't know. So look, this is what I want to do. I want to play a little couple clips, you know what I'm saying, from around the sports world. And then we gonna see what Coach K got to say about this, dog. For real, for real.
I don't like it.
He don't like it.
Some drama off of the field.
Yeah, a couple notable stories to start the team's final week of practice this spring. WWT Sports Director Charlie Clifford joins us. Charlie, a lot to discuss from today.
There is. Let's start with Trey Hendrickson. He was absent today. If he's not here all week, in jeopardy of being fined north of $100,000 for missing mandatory minicamp. After practice, Joe Burrow saying the possibility of the All-Pro going elsewhere over this contract dispute is, quote, not one that would make us a better team. Now, top draft pick shemar Stewart still yet to agree on his rookie contract. The two sides haggling over how much money would be guaranteed to the rookie if something goes wrong. It's not every day a first-year player sounds off on team ownership before playing a single snap, but today was that day in Cincinnati, and then Stewart went into the Hendrickson dispute as well.
I can't say what I really want to say, but it's their contract. They can do what they want with it.
What's your communication with Zach Taylor been like through this process?
We talk here and there. We all agree Trey will be right? But technically, he's still 1% wrong for being on the contract. So, in my case, I'm 100% right. So it should be a no-brainer. In Trey's case, I think it should be a no-brainer too. I mean, he led 17.5 sacks for 2 years back-to-back. If I was the GM or I was the owner, take all my money. But I guess they don't operate like that.
A lot to unpack there. So it's another contract stalemate here. Stewart says he's not practicing until he's under contract, calls the whole situation very simple to fix. Rarely do rookie negotiations make headlines in the NFL anymore. This one is. We're back at 6 o'clock with additional thoughts from the Bengals' top pick, Charlie.
Man, that's crazy work, man.
Hold on. So look, bro, you see what they said about that, right? So look, I got one more clip that I want to play you. And this is supposed to be from CBS Sports, and it says that this is a salary cap expert who's going to give insight on the contract dispute. Before we give our opinions, I want to explain. I want to see if he can explain this. What's going on? We see how shemar feels, but now let's see what's really going on.
We all agree Trey will be right? But technically, he's still 1% wrong for being on the contract. So, in my case, I'm 100% right. So it should be a no-brainer. And in Trey's case, I think it should be a no-brainer too. I mean, he led 17.5 sacks for 2 years back-to-back. If I was the GM or I was the owner, take all my money. But I guess they don't operate like that. But
that was Bengals first-round pick shemar Stewart yesterday, speaking to media members after once again missing practice. And now the rookie DN has left minicamp altogether. Zach Taylor told us that earlier today. The number 17 pick in this year's draft has been attending team practices or activities, but not practicing as he negotiates his rookie contract with the Bengals. Stewart and Cincinnati have reportedly disagreed about certain clauses they want to include in his rookie deal. And he's not the only defensive end sitting out in Cincinnati. You heard him mention Trey Hendrickson. He's also not in attendance as he looks for a long-term extension. So we've heard from shemar Stewart. Let's hear from head coach Zach Taylor.
I think for all the rookies, you'd like them to be on the field, but certainly there's things that happen over the course of an NFL career, and this is one of them right now. So he's been in the meetings. He's been positive in that way. He's been learning. He's been a good learner, and we look forward to getting him back on the field quickly.
This is obviously a first for you when it comes to a first-round pick. How have you
navigated the water.
There's a first for everything. You know, it's every year you kind of learn something new in this position, and this is one of those things that the players have managed really well, and we keep the team moving. And when he jumps on the field, that'll be great for our team.
For more on the holdout, we welcome former agent turned NFL salary cap expert Joel Corey. And Joel, I use the word holdout with air quotes there because this is kind of new. We've not really ever seen a rookie leave minicamp in this scenario. Before we get there, what is the discrepancy that Shemar Stewart's team is not happy with when it comes to that rookie contract from Cincinnati?
Well, Stewart doesn't want to be the guinea pig on the Bengals changing language on when the guarantees can void.
Right.
The previous 2 first-round picks, the guarantees will void year by year if there's a default or breach. What they want is for all remaining guarantees to void with any one breach. So I don't blame him. On principle, he's right. Maybe he's not the right person to be the messenger since he hasn't played it down for the Bengals yet. Typically, the agent is the one who advocates and the player is silent. So that was a little unusual in and of itself. Plus, some of the comments he made yesterday that the Bengals more interested in winning arguments than ball games. That was a little harsh.
Certainly. And to your point, it's not the first time we've seen these minicamp holdouts. You're looking at some of the most notable ones. We all remember Joey Bosa back in 2016, and then Marcus Russell and what his career turned into. So it's not so much the fact that he doesn't want to sign the contract here, Joel. It's that he's now left minicamp, and it's this weird situation where it doesn't really feel like there's an end in sight. What is the solution? Is it simply one party has to give here?
Yes, there's no way you can compromise on this. Either the guarantees all future years void with any one default or breach, or the ones in that specific year void. Somebody is going to have to cave. I think he's right because the guy last year, Amarius Mims, was picked 18th, one spot below him. Miles Murphy in 2023 was 28th. So why should they have more favorable language being picked later than I was picked in the first round is his point.
Certainly. And something that is a continued trend here with the Bengals is that this is not the first holdout that they have been dealing with. Of course, we know last year it was T. Higgins. We've seen Joe Burrow's contract situation get out of hand. But when it comes to Trey Hendrickson here, Joel, it's kind of wild that it's taken us all the way to this point in minicamp to see we still haven't seen a contract extension for him. When you think about the rest of the market, right? Micah Parsons wants to get paid. TJ Watt sitting out of his minicamp because he wants to get paid. Talk us through the numbers here when it comes to the Bengals giving him the contract extension he deserves and how quickly they need to get it done so that they're not involved in a bidding war with some of those other names.
I would do it yesterday if I'm the Bengals for a couple of reasons. One, we've already seen the pass rusher market escalate. The highest paid pass rusher at the start of the offseason was Nick Bosa at $34 million per year. It's now Myles Garrett at $40 million per year.
Boys getting paid.
Hendrickson led the
Yeah, they need to go and pay him.
He's one of 4 players to have 35 sacks over a 2-year span.
They playing, man.
Is for other guys to continue to drive the market up, and anyone can see it's coming.
He ain't even asked to move the market up. He just want to get value.
Dallas drags their feet on everything. It will get done at some point in time before the regular season. He's going to reset the market. TJ Watt is the one I'd be most concerned about. If the Bengals have any type of issue of Hendrickson's age, he turns 31 in December. Watt is 2 months older. His last deal was at $28 million per year, which set the market back in 2021. That's about where the Bengals have been recently in their offers to Hendrickson. That's unacceptable, especially considering Watt is going to be way up there. It's at least going to be $35 million per year. Could be as much as 40. I'd want to get my deal done of Hendrickson before we have more problems in the market, which will complicate a deal.
It's always about the money, Joel, and when it's going to fall and when we can hear from it. We will continue to wait and see, but we appreciate your time helping us clear up some of those contracts.
Yeah, that's some bull, man. That's a bunch of baloney.
So what you think? You want to go first?
Man, I think the young boy, I think the rookie, I think the rookie got a point, but the way he going about it, saying they rather win arguments than win games. I don't think he should have said that, but I do agree with him. Like, give him his money, man. If he don't make no mistake that first year, that void out. Like, give him his guarantees, all his guarantees he deserved. You know what I mean? So I stand with him on that, and I stand with Trey too. Like Trey, they trying to lowball Trey, man. Trey been a top DN in the NFL for the last few years, and you coming at him with 28. Like, he ain't trying to break the market. He just want to get what he feel he worth, and I feel like he worth more than 28. If Greg getting 40, he should get at least a little more than 28. You know what I mean? And Shemar Stewart, I'm with him. I'm behind him 100%, man. So, and
Yeah,
but if he sit out, he'll have to enter the draft next year. But I think they're gonna take care of everything before training camp. You know, the Bengals got a bad reputation of contract issues. You know what I mean? Jamar Chase set out, Burrow set out, T. Higgins set out. I don't know what they doing over there, man, to be honest.
yeah, they don't pay nobody, bro. I think I'm pretty much in agreement with everything you said, but I think he made two major mistakes. Like, one, you know what I'm saying, you don't be bringing up no other man in your dispute, and two, I feel like, why is his agent even letting him talk?
Yeah.
Why is he even talking? Because all this talking, he kind of destroying the relationship with the team and the ownership and the management and things like that. I feel like it could draw, especially once everything get out into the media. It's kind of like when we have family business, bro. Let's discuss family business. Don't be putting family business on social media, dog. Like, we can
Yeah.
fix this before it get out to the world. But now you on here saying all this crazy stuff about us, we might make you sweat it out a little bit, because if we feel like, hey, we tight, we good, we don't even need them for real this year.
Yeah,
Then now you
they
got to
definitely
go,
gonna make him
you know what
sweat it
I'm saying?
out. He ain't played it down yet, man.
They mess around and make him sweat it out to the 12 o'clock hour, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
he haven't played it down. He haven't came to practice. And, we seen a lot of these guys who act like this, they get pegged as, and I ain't the one saying this, not having a love for the game. You get what I'm saying? And then once you get that jacket on you, it kind of seemed like it follow you and you don't end up sticking around for long. You might get you about 4-5 years in, but they don't be great years. And
Yeah.
like a lot of people saying, like, he really didn't have a lot of production in college. He was good, he was great, but he didn't really have the numbers, and he getting drafted a lot basically on potential. That's
Yeah.
what a lot of other people saying. That ain't what I'm saying. I just talk about what people saying, bro, because we in the nosebleed seats. We ain't no experts.
Right.
So I don't know what you think, bro.
I don't know, man. In the end, I think he gonna be all right. You know what I mean? Like you say, he should let his agent handle all that. He shouldn't get a bad name in the press. And you know what I mean? Coming in as a rookie, you got to be humble a little bit. You ain't one of them guys like that, but you one of them guys. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I stand with him though. He got a point to what he's speaking though, and I ain't knocking him, man. Get your
All right.
money.
As for Hendricks, bro, I feel like they need to pay him before White get paid. Like dude say, if White
Yeah,
get
they
paid,
dead
they gonna have a
wrong.
problem, but they gonna end up having to let him go. You know what I'm saying? Or they gonna end up losing out on him. They need to pay that man, bro. I don't know what Cincinnati be on. They got the money, they got the fan base, they got the support. The stadium's filled every Sunday. So I don't know what's going on. Why they
That's
just
their
don't like paying
reputation,
people,
man.
bro?
They reputation. That's what they do. They the only
Yeah,
team in the NFL. They don't even let you negotiate your contract during the season. They don't do that at all.
they don't want to see the icky shuffle. That's what it is. They don't want to win another Super Bowl, bro. It's been a long time since
Hey,
they did the icky shuffle.
not
Like,
the Iggy Shuffle.
dog, I remember playing much. I think it was like Madden '04 when they had the throwback teams. I used to hit that icky shuffle and play with them boys, bro. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it's been a while. That was in the '80s, bro. Was that in the '80s or the '70s?
Shit, I can tell you. See,
Bro, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That was a long time. Icky was the icky shuffle was before we was even born, bro.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Knew it from Madden, and ESPN Classic on cable TV back in the day. That's how I knew about it, dog. Straight up. You don't know. Cincinnati, man, y'all pay them boys, man. Stop playing, man. Why y'all want to pay them boys, man?
Hey, what do you say? You trying to win arguments or you trying to win games, man? What you
That's
trying
all
to do?
we saying, man. Do you want to do the icky shuffle or do you want to do the next year, coach? We'll get him next year. what Russ say when he hit through the we get him next year.
Hey. Oh, shit.
We get him next year.
Hey, that's crazy. Hey, but they gonna get something done, man, before training camp. I believe, man. They just playing hardball right now.
Yeah, we gonna see, man. We gonna keep following this story, man. And with that said, dog, check it out. Hit that like button, subscribe, man. I'm Chuck.
I'm Coach K, man.
Man, this is Nosebleed Football. We out.
Peace.